Hello, everyone, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 1 of Beard and a Half Movie Reviews. I'm Garrett.
And I'm Tyler.
And today, as you can tell, we're in a new setting. The podcast has changed. We figured new season, new year, new us. Now I have to get used to them being 3 microphones now. So I'm going to kind of be looking at the wrong mic. But that's okay. Tyler.
Yeah.
What movie did we watch today?
Don't look up.
Don't look up.
Let's not even talk about that. Welcome back to season 2, episode 1. A year in the making.
This is a year in the making. Year 2.
Is that not exciting. Just like?
Oh my god! I had zero clue you had that. I straight up thought that was gonna explode.
I feel like it was supposed to go more than that.
Yeah, but I mean, hey.
Oh, there it was.
A fucking mess to clean up after this.
Bro, it was spring loaded and everything. This was a disappointment.
God, it scared the living shit out of me.
I'm mad about it.
I straight up thought it was gonna explode.
So when we went shopping at Walmart.
Yeah.
I looked at your wife and I was like, "Hey, I want to get this. He's not gonna know." And I just tucked it underneath everything when we went shopping. I don't remember what we got though.
I was to say when.
We went to Walmart whenever you guys came over. We
were getting the rest of the stuff for everything. Yeah, trying to get the finishing touches. Still could use some things, but
I snuck it in there. It was good.
That was a good one. Yeah.
That was $6, and I don't think that it was worth the money I paid for that. But I mean, I enjoyed it.
Congrats, season 2.
Season 2.
Don't
look up.
Season 2, episode 1.
Don't look up.
So, don't look up. Yeah, that's the movie. If you didn't see the thumbnail and the title, that's what movie we did.
We did.
Okay, let's just hop into it. We gotta kind of hurry. This is gonna be kind of a rush podcast.
We don't have to hurry.
Yeah, we do though, because I gotta get home after this.
Okay.
Movie came out in 2021. This is a Netflix exclusive, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Has an R rating, has a runtime of 2 hours, 18 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Directed by Adam McKay. He has directed and produced so many things. I'm not even gonna go down the whole list, but they've all been pretty funny.
Was that dude from Parks and Rec?
No, he produced The Big Short, The Other Guys. I mean, I'm literally there's so many on here. Dead to Me. Oh, that's a TV show. I think my wife was watching that.
Pretty much, if you've seen any movie Will Ferrell's been in, it's been directed by Adam McKay.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. Daddy's Home 2. I'm assuming the first one as well. Get Hard.
The Goods, Live Hard, Sell Hard.
God, that's such a funny movie.
Bewitched.
Anchorman 2. I'm assuming Anchorman 1 as well.
That's correct.
He's found it down. That's funny. I love that show.
Literally every movie Will Ferrell has been in.
A lot. Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. I actually watched that. I didn't really did that.
Don't forget Wax On, Fuck Off.
Is that really on there? I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's on there.
Okay, I'm going to go through this cast list. This movie has a giant cast list. I was very surprised with how many fucking people I saw in this movie, if I'm being real.
I'm pretty sure. Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm going to start from the top. Star-studded cast here. Okay, we got Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, Meryl Streep, Cate Blanchett, Rob Morgan, Jonah Hill, Tyler Perry, Timothy Chalamet. Is that
Chalamet?
Chalamet. I did that right. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Ariana Grande's in this. Kid Cudi's in this. Himesh Patel. I think so.
No idea.
Melanie Linsky. Michael Chiklis is in this. Who else?
Well, you forgot Ron Perlman, Jonah Hill, Chris Evans, Meryl Streep.
Oh, Chris Evans was in this for a second. You're right. And Ron Perlman was in this. I forgot about
Ron Perlman was in this.
Yeah, he was in this. He was funny. Yeah, it's got a bunch of people, but that's pretty much the main,
I'm gonna just
peeps.
get a close up. That's for you guys.
Awesome. I opened mine before, and because noise to go off.
It's soothing ASMR. Anyways, so Garrett, let's I kind of like it now. I was against
you.
it.
It's nice.
I kind of
kind of just chilling. We're just vibing.
We're vibing, dude.
Podcast.
Hey, tell me what you liked about the movie.
I do have likes and stuff.
I have
like
a bunch
that.
of likes.
I got to tell you, as this movie went on, I was conflicted if I liked it or not.
Let me tell you, this movie was way too fucking political for me.
It was very political. It
And,
poked fun at politics, social media, I shouldn't say entertainment industry, but like
But it did.
celebrities and just a whole bunch of stuff. And it's nice to see a movie poke fun at all that stuff, but at the same time, I don't know. This movie felt like it was a lot longer than it actually was too.
Basically, just for anybody that hasn't watched the movie, let's get a close up on me.
Spoiling it.
I'm gonna spoil it right here, right now.
Yeah.
So if you don't want that, stop. I'll wait. I'll give you 5 seconds.
Yeah.
All right. So now that coward's gone, basically the movie, a woman discovers an asteroid or a comet, coming towards Earth. What do they say? I almost said
9 kilometers
Yeah.
long, basically the size of Mount Everest.
Yeah, flying at us will cause total devastation, destroy Earth as we know it, blah, blah, blah. Scientist shows other scientists, confirms impact, blah, blah, blah. They take it to the president. President's like, I don't give two shits. It's okay. It's cool. It's kosher. Anyways, after that, they try and take it to the news. News didn't believe it. And then president came back and they're like, hey, so I'm going to lose the election. Let's actually go after this. So they did a story about it, and then it was a whole mess. It got really political really quick.
Very fast.
And then you just get to see the life of just like this Michigan scientist just get flipped on its head, and he just enjoys the ride. And then it's just like he has fallen.
Yeah, he goes from like being a Michigan State teacher to this person to being a
White House
wide celebrity. Yeah, the White House. What was he? Chief of Science or
Chief
something
of
like
Science,
that? The
yeah.
Science Department or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, it
was good.
It was different.
It was all in all. It was yeah.
It was a good movie.
What did you? Let's dive into it. Unless you want me to go first.
Still on you.
Oh,
If you want to go first, you can go first. How about that? You want to go first this time?
I'd love to go first.
Okay, you go first.
Season 2 is the season
new
of
us,
Tyler
new
going
you.
first.
Yeah, you go first. Yeah, I loved it. Yeah.
It's
nice, isn't it?
Sorry. You want the.
No. This is fine. No, I was just laughing because we both were just casual.
Dude,
you
it's
know?
so.
It is nice, isn't it?
I was against it. Now I'm for it because I like bashed my elbow on it before we started. I sat down and I smashed.
No,
my
I did the same thing.
I was
I
like,
did it too.
I'm done. So, things I liked about this movie.
Love this new setup. I can't get
The first thing that I liked about the movie is how Leonardo DiCaprio didn't look like screen ready. You know what I mean? He looked like an everyday
He
normal
looked
guy.
like yeah, exactly.
Nothing special about that
Nothing
motherfucker.
special about that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Pretty good at making spaghetti sauce.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
paper airplanes, you know?
Sexual performances on average.
Yep. I liked Jonah Hill's banter with Jennifer Lawrence. Anytime those two talk to each other,
Oh yeah.
back and forth, I
The
loved
fucking
it.
bag on the head thing.
Yeah, he got
that
me
was-
every time.
That was hilarious.
Let's-
This movie had like a lot of little subtle jokes
Yeah.
that they just kept bringing up that just it just made me laugh so hard.
constantly,
Honestly.
every time.
The bag on the head, the 4-star general charging them for the snacks.
Yeah.
And then throughout the whole movie, she's like, I just don't understand why he charged us for the snacks. Is it like a power thing? Like 3 or 4 times it brought back up that joke. And
I mean, I was
it was
confused.
so I was confused
You
too.
ever been to the White House, Garrett?
No, what? No, never.
Okay.
What, you've been to the
Oh
Oval
yeah,
Office?
absolutely.
Shut the fuck up.
Presidential advisor, 3 years running. Believe it or not, I
Right.
was in George W. Bush's Oval Office at one
Bush?
point. Yeah.
From
I
Bush's
actually-
Bush.
He had a famous line that he said about it. He was like, where are all these cabinets? When he was in a cabinet meeting, I asked the same question. Motherfucker reused my joke. Anyways. Anyway, speaking of being inside the Oval Office, I liked all the pictures that were in there. I was
yes.
really hoping that there was a picture of her with Jeffrey Epstein, but there wasn't, and I was
No.
like big upset about that
I
because like
thought it was
she had Bill Clinton, she had
Steven Seagal.
Steve-
That was the first
was-
one
that
I
was the
saw
first
too.
one, and
And
I
I was like,
loved
out
it.
of every person you've taken a picture with in your lifetime, or like
Steven
since you've been
Seagal was the
president,
one you were proud of.
Steven Seagal is the one you were proudest of that just goes
Yeah.
right smack dab on your desk.
And then fuck, it's not Beyonce. It's Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey.
Yes,
was,
it did have Mariah Carey. That's true. I forgot about that one.
That was funny. What else was there? I liked it. They showed Ron Perlman as like the I don't know what they called him, but he popped up.
He was like some military higher up that's like done however many tours and
So when we saw him, he was outside training little kids in like the front of
the White House lawn. Yeah,
and he was just screaming. He's like, "Listen here, you fucking pissants!
fucking pussies!
You ever seen the inside of a guy's torso?" And like everybody kept saying that he's just part of a different generation.
Yeah,
and that was his excuse for it.
Yeah.
Like he's going into the atmosphere to fucking
like on a suicide mission to blow
nuke
up
an
this
asteroid,
colony,
and just a one man. And he's just, I just want to say a big thanks to the gays, the colors, the Asian people, the Indians.
Everybody's
and I was like,
looking at each other like
and
he's just from a different.
He's just from a different generation. Exactly. That's all. And like he's just being as nice as can be about it. But I loved it, and it's also in my dislikes.
It was
like
It was
It was good, but I was like, you cannot say those things.
It was good, but yeah, say no more.
Yeah, I was like, you should have little to no screen time now.
I mean, he didn't pretty much after that.
Yeah. Whenever Yule, Timothy Chalamet's character, he goes and introduces himself to what's his face's family, like they're like, oh dude, I fucked another woman. Yeah. We get food. We're gonna make dinner while the comet kills us.
Yeah.
He walks in the door. He's like, my name's Yule. Other people know me on Twitch as
He said his Twitch username. He says it to the mom, the wife, and he's like, "You game?" And she's like, "Who told you I game?"
Yeah,
it's like the most random thing you could say to somebody when you first meet them.
It was hilarious. You said that to people that you meet.
He was pretty funny
at work. Like whenever we get a new person, like you play games.
Well, it's a conversation starter. If they're a younger person, I play video games.
That's a conversation starter, though. Like. You on Twitch? You stream on Twitch?
No, though. I feel like there's a pretty big age gap between them two. And if I just saw her,
there are old people that
real name.
Like game.
Yeah, no. I mean, I fully agree with you. But if I just saw Melanie Linsky on the street, I wouldn't be like, "Hey, you game? You play the new COD?"
No, she obviously not. But I mean, maybe.
I feel like
maybe she played the oldest Halo game, the first Halo.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like she's older than that, but maybe.
She could have been in her 20s when the first Halo came out. Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense, actually.
At the very end of the movie, when the comet's hurtling towards them, again, Ron Perlman is just fucking shooting his guns at the comet.
You'll never take me alive.
And he's just like fucking pumping shots into a fucking comet.
That was pretty funny.
Also, spoilers again. I honestly thought that they were going to destroy the comet. Like,
I knew they weren't going to.
But at the end, I was just like, yeah. As soon as the nuke started flying down, I was like, yeah, it's done.
I feel like it kind of foreshadowed that it wasn't going to work. First of all, by Leonardo DiCaprio's character telling him constantly that, like, hey, we need to do peer reviews. Like, this isn't going to work. The math does not add up. And then he kind of went off on him, and was like, my phones or my devices, whatever, can tell me everything about you. I know when you're going to die, you're going to die alone. And then I felt like that was kind of foreshadowing, like, well, once we got to the end of the movie, and obviously he was not going to die alone, that pretty much set it in stone. Like, yeah, and he's probably wrong about his little fucking thingies, too.
Yeah.
And that guy's teeth pissed me off.
They were fake.
Like horse teeth. I know they were fake, but, like, they were big.
They were big choppers.
Very white and it's perfect.
They were like, what's his faces? And
there was one point when they're all sitting down. I don't know what that room is called. Whenever they actually sent the drones.
Situation room?
Not the situation room, but like probably at NASA, I would assume.
Oh, the
It's
launch room or whatever it's
yeah,
called.
So it's right after they sent him up. They realized, oh shit, and then he left. So there's a point where it shows them, and it's him, Meryl Streep, and then Jonah Hill all sitting next to each other. And you literally, the camera shows him, and you could see his lip just stuck on his fucking teeth.
I saw that.
And I was like, yeah, no shit. It's too fucking big.
So at the end of the movie, when the dude is just like, oh shit, my idea is not going to work. We can't blow apart the comet and salvage it.
Well, he didn't even admit it. He just fucking just leaves.
He's just like, I'm going to go pee real quick. I'll be back.
Use the restroom.
And then the president was like, I need to step out for a minute, just for a minute. And like everybody in the situation room or whatever it was called was like, we're all going to fucking die. And then they all started running out. And Jonah Hill's like, no. My mom will be back. She'll be back. She'll be back. And it was him. He was the only one in the room.
Did you?
And then, like, they're flying away in the helicopter.
Yeah.
I was like, they fucking left him. I'm glad.
And he called. Well, she calls.
He calls him
Dr. Mindy, but Leonardo DiCaprio's character, and she tells him about their spaceship that's gonna, go through space and try to find like the next habitable planet or whatever that they make it new. But
I forget what they call that.
He's like terraform.
No. That's what you do to a planet to make it more habitable. I think they call it like a. Anyway, continue.
Anyways, yeah, she calls him and she's like, there's enough room for you and one person, and you can take your wife, you can take Kate or whatever. And he's like, you know what, we're good. You have fun with Jason. And she's like, Jason. Oh shit. And that's when she finally
just pans back to him.
She just left her side.
They call them Goldilocks zones. That's what they called it. They called it that in the movie.
So you watched like the mid-credit scene when they land?
No.
You didn't see that?
No, I had to rush.
Oh,
to go
you did
have
to rush. Okay, so there was a mid-credit scene, and then there was an after-the-credit scene.
So
I don't know if anybody saw it.
You just keep talking.
No, I can tell you what it is really quick. It's nothing insane. So basically, the mid-credit scene was them landing on a planet, 2,000 something years later, and they're all naked. They just got out of cryopods, and they walk out, and the teeth dudes, like, actually, this planet has 200% more oxygen than ours. And they see like this creature of some kind. It kind of looks like a mix between a zebra and a parrot, She walks up to it to pet it, and it eats her. And he goes, oh, I guess that's a bronca whatever. Remember how he tells her she's going to die from a bronchosaur or something like that?
Yeah, it's just like, you're going to die from...
He's like, I guess that's a bronco. And then you just watch them all just line up around the humans. And he's like, okay, nobody pet the animals. And then that's it. But the after the credit scene was everything is demolished on Earth. And Jonah Hill climbs out of rubble. And he's got his phone.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, exactly. He's got his phone, and he's like, what's up, guys? Last guy on Earth. He's like, be sure to like and subscribe. And he's like, Mom!
I just want to hear this. I'm going to mute my audio.
Mute your audio. I don't want to get a copyright strike, but I was kind of pissed he was the last one alive, too. Out of anybody that could have deserved to be the last person alive on Earth, why him? Not saying like that's like a huge accomplishment. I don't know if I'd want to be the last person alive, but I didn't think it was.
It's all fucked up. Like and subscribe.
We out here.
Have you seen it? So there's a show on Hulu, and I know we're gonna get distracted. It's got Will Forte in it. It's called Last Man on Earth. Have you seen that show?
I've watched bits and pieces. I've watched enough to know he's not the last man on Earth.
Well, no, I mean, if you really think you're the last person on Earth, I mean, there's a good chance. Chance you're not.
You need to tighten that. Here, I just noticed that does that. It's okay.
I might.
No, I don't know. I'm not worried about it
Not worried about it. Yeah. What did you like about the movie?
Those are all your likes? Okay, I got you.
I had some more, but I only saw one nipple in this movie, and I thought I was going to see more.
There was a whole orgy scene.
I missed that.
When they all know the world's pretty much over
Yeah, that's the only
and
part.
everybody's going crazy. Yeah, there's a specific scene where it shows everybody on like a sky top like
That was
restaurant.
the orgy.
They're all having an orgy at that part. I mean,
They,
you can't see
they all
anything.
look like they were fighting.
But no, they were fucking. The exact opposite of fighting.
They were fighting with their genitals.
Yeah, they were
Genital
they were
jousting.
fighting. They were what you tell your kids, like, me and mom are just wrestling, you know?
You don't say that. Don't say that.
Okay, the 4-star general charging in for the snacks. I know I talked about that, but it's just
Still funny.
It is so funny because it's the smallest joke in reality, but it's so funny because they just kept bringing it up over and over
It's a
and
fucking
over
power
again.
trip.
It was. That's what.
If
By
I
the end
could-
of it, she's like, "I guess it's like a fucking power move. I don't understand it."
If somebody was just like, "Oh, dude, you have a soda? You have 2 of them? Can I have one?" Yeah, $6. That'd be funny as shit, though.
I'm not doing that.
It's supply and demand, dude.
Jonah Hill throughout the whole movie was freaking hilarious.
I hated him, but I loved him.
I hated him too, but I loved him. That's why I was pissed because he was the last guy alive. But also he cracked me up, like the bag on the head thing.
Yeah.
When he's like, "Yeah, fucking what did he
FBI
say?
doesn't do
the
that?
CIA does
CIA
that.
does
The
that.
FBI does not." He's
I
like,
asked
"Yeah,
him.
I asked him to do it." And what was funny, it was like when Jennifer Lawrence has the bag on her head too. I was laughing because she's like, "Unless you take me to the fucking Batcave, you better take this thing off." And then later, when Leonardo DiCaprio goes on his big ass fucking rant on TV, and he's finally had enough, and then it just cuts to him in a car with a bag on his head.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
I think what was really funny about that particular scene that you're referring to,
Yeah,
is the newswoman hops in the car. He's like, "Why did you say that?
yeah."
You didn't have to say that."
He's
And
like,
he
"I
was just
actually
like-
liked you, and I'm normally repulsive all people."
And he was just like, "I loved you." She said nothing. She just like,
He said, "I almost loved you," or something like
Yeah.
that. And she's like, "Oh, really?
and then
That's too bad."
and then she was like, or he was like, "Hey, are you still there?" He was like, "Okay."
And she
fucking
just says,
runs
"Nope,"
out of the car.
and then runs. Yeah.
It was good. I like that.
I like that this movie had a very large cast. I knew
It had a very
most of the.
famous cast is what it had.
Yeah, no, it had like a very star-studded cast of just all sorts of people.
Minus Tyler Perry.
I mean, Tyler Perry has done pretty good for himself over the years. Let's be real.
I mean,
Whether we want to admit it or not, that dude's.
yeah, the only noteworthy movie that he has made is Diary of a Mad Black Woman, and that is it.
Well, he's also got TV shows and stuff.
That's
like
true.
that.
His
Yeah.
TV shows are good.
Yeah.
Any Tyler Perry Presents movie, not a good movie. Unless it was the very first Medea. That is
I can't
it.
say I've seen him in a lot of movies. I did see him in that movie Gone Girl with Ben Affleck.
Mhm.
He was like his lawyer or
As long
whatever.
as it's not a movie he's
And he
directed
was-
and been in,
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I'll take it.
No, yeah.
because he's a great
I agree
actor.
with that.
I love Tyler Perry.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I do not like him
I don't really.
in like his own movies.
I'm not really like a big fan of like the Medea movies. If
I
I'm
like a
being
couple
real.
of them.
Yeah,
There's a
no,
couple
they're
of-
not terrible.
Yeah, no,
but
no,
there's
no.
also way too many of them. I feel like at this point.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's sort of like the Fast and the Furious movies.
Yeah, but that's never.
3 was enough. Well, I mean, it'll stop once Vin Diesel dies. There's no way.
No.
It's not more important than family.
They got the Hobbs and Shaw now that are doing their own thing. I feel
They're gonna
like
make
it's gonna.
I don't think they're gonna make another one.
Maybe not. I
I
don't
don't
know.
think so.
Because
Because it's funny. I don't know if you know this or not. Just while we're on that topic, in Vin Diesel's contract,
We talked about this on the podcast.
where
I
he
remember.
hits, somebody
People
else
have
gets
to
a
hit him
hit.
back. Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah,
Okay. Anyway, moving on.
that's weird.
It's in his
Yeah,
contract.
very
dude.
large cast though. The trailer I watched of this, all like the album arts and stuff like that I saw, it made it seem like it had Leonardo DiCaprio, Jonah Hill, and Jennifer Lawrence, and that was pretty much it. And then you see some Meryl Streep in there, but I had no idea like Kid Cudi's in this movie. He's not like a huge part, but he's in it.
I don't know.
Ariana Grande's in this.
I don't know who Kid Cudi is.
Ron Perlman, you do know who Kid Cudi is. You don't know who Kid Cudi is?
No. Am I supposed to?
Yes, you're very supposed to know who Kid Cudi is. For his real name, if I'm being real. God.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Oh, that's his last name. Yeah, Miss Cudi.
It's
Miss
funny
Cudi.
because like a little picture of Lil Nas X popped up, An XXX Tentacion.
I know those names.
Yeah, anyways. So I know who Kid Cudi is. He was Ariana Grande's boyfriend in that movie. Yeah. I'm following now.
Yeah. So I mean, but that's what I'm saying though. It just had like this cast that just like popped up out of nowhere, and then like Timothy Chalamet. He wasn't even in like the whole movie. He was more towards the end of the movie, but he just kind of popped up out of nowhere. And
Good.
yeah, but regardless, it had a huge cast that I was just like, whoa. And he, like I said, it even had Michael Chiklis, which was cracking me up.
I didn't.
Did you see the part that it had Sarah Silverman?
There was not a part where Sarah Silverman.
She was in this movie. Yeah,
she didn't talk.
Did.
I probably zoned it out, man.
I was gonna say you probably zoned it out. But she was definitely in this movie for like 5 seconds.
If I see her face, I'm not.
Mm,
There's no way Sarah Silverman was in this movie.
no, she was. Yeah,
Sarah.
she was just like at a part where it was showing all the social media things. She was just like in a YouTube video. Like she had a podcast that was talking about the whole end of the world thing and everything. It was like maybe 5 seconds, but she definitely was. Okay. Anyways, like I said, I liked that it poked fun at politics, celebrities, and social media and everything else. Especially right now with everything going on in the world, it's kind of funny to see a movie joke about, not obviously COVID and everything's not a joke, and I'm not saying they joked about that. I'm just saying that it's not a joke. I'm just saying that it's
you got pranked.
It's funny to see movies, laugh about. Like I said, this movie like heavily revolved around politics somehow, but it did, and social media and everything else. And I don't know. I like that aspect of it. I did write down. I thought the giant orgy at the end question mark was very funny. And then somehow Jonah Hill was the last person alive. I couldn't figure out if I like that or I disliked it. So I don't know. I was conflicted. I almost put it in my change, but I don't know. Anyways, those are my likes though. I thought it was. Tyler, what'd you dislike about this movie?
Glad you asked.
Sarah Silverman was in it.
So apparently Sarah Silverman was in this movie. Just now being told about it. Didn't like that.
She was.
Actually, really, I put Ron Perlman and Jonah Hill. Those were the things that I hated about the movie.
So you liked but disliked them?
Yeah, it's a gray area, and we don't have gray areas. We have likes and dislikes, but at the same time, like you said, it was a little too political for me. But even then, I'm not.
Yeah, I could definitely understand why people wouldn't like this, like because of the political aspect of it. I get it.
Like I said, I'm not a huge political person in any way, shape, or form. Excuse me, that's for the listeners, not the viewers.
Headphone users.
Yeah. So I'm not huge on politics at all, but I mean, yeah, no, I didn't like that aspect of it, but I like how they poked fun at it. It was just like, yeah, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna break up that comment into multiple little pieces, and then at that point, what we're gonna do, you just skedaddling on out of here. It's in the living room. That silver thing? Yeah, it's in the living room. So I really didn't like the fact that it was political, but at the same time, it wasn't, just because the simple fact that I just don't like politics. And so anytime that there's a movie about politics or anything like that, I am not on board. That's what I disliked, but on reverse side of that coin, I liked that they made fun of it and tried to make it a political thing,
Yeah, I think they made a good job about it being like serious but not serious, I felt like it was like just the right amount of funny.
What's that guy's name that invented phone or whatever?
Oh, in the movie?
Yeah.
His name was Peter Ishwell?
Yeah, I hated that guy. I've never hated somebody more than that guy in a movie. Even like villains and stuff like that. I'm like, you know what? You had the right idea. This was like a venture capitalist that was just all about making money and thought it was going to revolutionize, and it was the next step in evolution to get this comet and make money off of it. And then at the end of the day, it was just
kind of like what I would picture. Like, I don't want to say like Jeff Bezos, but I feel like they were kind of like, if he was more of a power hungry person, I feel like this would be him.
Just you know what? iPod camera. Just picture this. All right. I don't like the iPod camera that much. What if a comet was coming towards Earth? And do I still have your audio muted? No. Okay, just checking. Picture a comet coming towards Earth. Jeff Bezos is like, dude, I'm on the White House Council. Let's put packages on there to deliver to other galaxies. But also, it's just going to graze the Earth, but keep going. But it's like going to knock us off of our rotation. But it's just going to bounce off Earth and just go to another planet.
That'd be terrible.
Let's put some packages on there and send it elsewhere,
Mm-hmm.
Instead of destroying it, Jeff Bezos just loads it up with packages like Santa's fucking sleigh and just sends it to another galaxy. That's, same thing, but different.
Maybe.
That's what I'd like to see.
Those are all your dislikes, though? That's what you got?
I really fucking hated that guy. Also, Sarah Silverman was apparently in this movie.
Shut up. First thing I disliked.
One more thing.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Only saw one nipple.
Okay, back to the booby. Mr. Skin over here.
I'm Mr. Mustache, thank you.
Jennifer Lawrence's hair
you didn't like
was
that?
atrocious. As soon as I saw that,
You
I
didn't
was
wanna
like, do something different.
You didn't just want to, like...
With the bangs.
Oh, you want to bang.
Mullet kind of thing.
Sexy.
I could not. I'm going to be real, and a lot of people are going to go against what I'm about to say, but I'm just going to say it. Not a huge fan of Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you didn't like mullets.
I understand the appeal. I do. I get it. I just not a big fan of her. I could care less.
Blasphemy.
I could care less, honestly. It's like I said, I get the appeal. I'm not going to stand in line for it.
I would Hunger Games that ass. I would just...
I'm good. Okay. I did not like also. Fuck that, man.
It was funny.
I did not like also how oddly realistic this movie was.
It was too scary.
It really makes you think.
Like after I got done watching the movie and driving over to you, I was like, what if this happened? We would die.
It's like
there's no way they wouldn't make some sort of political agenda. Oh, we could save the world, or you could vote for me as your president. No, we're dead.
It was funny because it almost like with Meryl Streep and Jonah Hill being her son and everything, it was almost like it was making fun of Donald Trump, honestly. And then with his like son and also something else I didn't like that I totally would have changed too at the same time that I didn't like it was that Jonah Hill was constantly talking about how hot his mom was.
Yeah, that
and
was
how she was a smoke show. And if she wasn't his mom, stop saying that.
You don't want to bang your mom?
No, and that's weird to constantly talk about.
I didn't write down a lot of dislikes, but that was also one of mine. His Oedipus complex was just way too out there.
It was weird.
It was gross.
And he just kept bringing it up, and I was just like,
I mean, it's okay to like be like, my mom's a beautiful lady, but he was just like, but in all fairness, I feel like I'm not giving him credit, but he is kind of like the hype man. You know what I mean?
That's pretty much what his job was to kind of back her up, and then
So I feel like that's what he was doing.
I get that and everything else, but there's a certain point where you could just kind of tone it down a little bit, kind of like you said. My mom's beautiful, is she not? Something else.
There's a line.
My mom's. If she wasn't my mom,
There's a line that needed to be drawn that just wasn't being drawn.
He just
kept going.
It. Yeah,
it was excessive.
Didn't like that, but it like I said, it did remind me of like if she was like Donald Trump. It's kind of, it gave me those vibes,
Oh yeah.
And kind of like his son's talking about his wife. I guess their stepmom, right? Yeah.
Super hot though.
Kind of like that vibe was kind of going on. So
Donald Trump talked about his like stepdaughter, or like maybe it was his actual daughter. He was
Ivanka Trump.
Whatever her name is.
His daughter's name.
She's beautiful. I would have sex with her. He said that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just that whole. I feel
Donald
like they
Trump
were
is his own hype man.
definitely. They were definitely making fun of him.
They were,
But,
yeah.
like with Meryl Streep, which it's funny too because that's like the last character I could see Meryl playing. But I mean, she did a good job. But yeah, how oddly realistic. Like it was. It scares you. The movie's pretty fucked up. I mean, it's funny, but like at a certain point, you really have to think like, would it actually go down like this? You know what I'm saying?
I believe it would.
It could. I don't believe it would. I feel like in reality, social media and everything would really take a hold of the fact that like we're all going to die, and especially news outlets and stuff like that would be like, this is a huge story. We're going to die. And they kind of played it off like that's not news, Ariana Grande is getting back together with I can't remember her name in this Riley Bina getting back together with DJ Cello. You know what I'm saying?
DJ
Like
Cello.
that was news
DJ
for
Cello.
them and everything else. And I don't think it would actually, but it makes you think it could, unfortunately, like it could really go down like that. They could hide stuff from us. I mean, it's not like they haven't. I mean, we can't sit here and expect them to be 100% honest with us all the time.
I mean, they stop asteroids from hitting the planet all the time.
I'm sure they do. Yeah.
They actually used outdated outdated satellites a lot of the time that are still in orbit.
Yeah.
That have just enough thrust propulsion, whatever, to time it where it just hits the comet and satellite comes back to Earth, burns up in the atmosphere, comet bounces its trajectory, goes away.
Yeah. Wouldn't doubt it. Something that I did not like, they were all naked on the new planet. I didn't get that. I understand they were in cryo sleep and everything like that.
You take off your clothes when have you never gone to cryo sleep before?
No, I've never gone to cryo sleep, but Master Chief did it and he had a full suit on. So I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, that was his cryo chamber.
Also, I feel like if you were in cryo sleep and you took your clothes off to get in it, maybe when you got out, you could put them back on.
It's been 2,000 years. Your clothes have probably disintegrated by that
Still remember
point.
what clothes are.
Yeah, but it's been 2,000 years. You think the pants that you put on are going to be ready for you to hop back in?
We have the technology for cryo sleep to make me sleep for 2,000 years, but a pair of pants can't make it.
Yeah.
We can't get some Levi's on this planet.
You're going to have some denim that's going to be just ready to stand 2,000 years?
It's 1931.
Yeah, that's like 90 years. I need 20 more of those. We'll talk.
Okay. A lot more.
Yeah, no, I know, but
regardless,
I'm gonna need at least 1,000 years of research on pants.
Yeah, I just feel like they could have made something.
You didn't want to see Meryl Streep's ass, or
I don't even think that was a real ass. I think that was a butt double. 100% think.
I didn't see that part. Like I said, I
didn't see it.
No, because as soon
you
as they
see her butt, but I'm almost certain it's a butt double.
As soon as they did that scene where everything's floating in space and chunks of stuff are. It looked amazing. I loved that.
Yeah, actually had really good graphics. Graphics, I guess. The CGI and everything was actually really good for this movie.
Top tier.
And it's not even that type of movie, but
I mean, good. Fine. I liked it. I didn't see that part because during that whole part where it was just showing comments and stuff, I was getting ready. I thought it was the end of the movie because it rolled the credits.
Yeah, it shows like their ship then kind of coming through.
And that's the last part that I saw, and that was it. I was just like, cool, all right, I'm gonna go get ready.
Last thing I didn't like, me and my wife, buddy, if you're watching, love you.
Let's just stop right there. You have a wife?
You have a wife.
Why haven't I met her or your kid?
So
that wasn't.
What's funny is I put that finger down.
Yeah.
So let me do that again. Have a wife.
You literally was like, I have a wife.
I have a wife down here.
Yeah.
My ring. Have a wife.
That's cool.
She watched this movie with me, and she was almost in tears by the end of the movie.
She can see too.
She and breathe, walk.
I thought this. No, I'm just kidding.
I know, do a whole lot more than that.
Claudia's gonna watch or listen to this episode and just be, I swear to God, Garrett, when I see Tyler, I'm gonna kick his fucking ass.
There's one more fucking thing about me.
I've seen him like 40 times at this point.
Um, so it's like when it shows the asteroid about to like hit asteroid comet, whatever you want to call it,
It was a
about to hit
comment, but
Earth,
yeah.
about to hit Earth. We see like it flashes to all the different things around the world that people are doing. Some people are praying, some people are having an orgy.
Some dude is like, twirling.
The Mindy family is like, having a dinner and everything else, and then blah blah blah, and then it just shows a baby, a naked baby,
And
it
then
just got baptized, like in the midst of all that, and then next thing you know, world explodes. If you're making a movie and the world ends, maybe don't make one of the last things we see in the movie a baby.
Maybe that was the first thing he saw. And the last.
I mean, it's definitely like it wasn't like it. And we understand, we know that it's implied that babies are going to die when the world explodes. But I'm just saying, we don't have to see that.
We do. We need to know the severity of it.
That was too far for me.
If a baby exploded, would you be? You'd be okay with that?
No, obviously I wouldn't want a baby to explode.
But it just cuts to a baby being baptized. Cuts to something different. World ends. I'm not okay with that.
No.
There were penguins, there were hummingbirds, there were polar bears.
That's what I'm saying. All that stuff's implied. We know what's around the world. We're not dumb.
But like a baby being baptized.
People are going to die when everybody dies.
You know how
it wasn't. So hold on, because you're making this religious. It wasn't the fact that the baby was getting baptized. It had nothing to do with that.
I'm pretty sure it just got out of a bath.
That it maybe that's what it was. I don't know. It was just a naked baby that came out of water, so it made me think it was getting baptized. But what I'm saying is, don't show a baby and then blow up the world in your movie. That was just too far for me. And like my wife was literally almost in tears because she was like, "Baby died." And I'm like, yeah, that was kind of fucked up. I don't know. I feel like we could have went without the baby dying. I'm just saying, just don't show the fucking baby before you blow up the world. Maybe, I don't know. No babies, no kids. We don't need to see that stuff.
That is
not the vibe. Yeah, I didn't like that.
You know how you have that one pet peeve just in every movie? It didn't even show the baby dying. It just implied that, this particular baby is not living.
It's already implied.
Yeah.
By everybody in the world dying.
But you didn't know Jonah Hill was going to live?
But we didn't, and I don't care about that. I'm just saying, don't show a baby. I don't care what the... We know the babies are going to die. Don't show a baby before you fucking blow up the world. That's all I'm saying. Everybody loves babies. Babies are life, literally. Don't show a baby and then blow up the world. That's all I'm saying. That's fucked up, dude. Like, the whole movie was fucked up, but that was probably the most fucked up part to me, because I'm like, I'm seeing, dolphins and penguins and orgies and all this stuff happening where people are, praying and everything else, and people are having sex, and, all these crazy things are happening, having dinner with their families, dancing. That one dude was doing, like, a rain dance.
Yeah.
And everything else.
Like that. That was a rain dance.
It just shows naked baby.
Dead.
No, it didn't show a dead naked baby.
Okay,
but that's what I'm
why?
Saying. Because
all life is precious.
Show a fucking baby. That's all I'm saying. Just don't show a fucking baby. Let alone a naked baby that it was either getting out of the bath or baptized. I don't know. Don't show a fucking baby and then blow up the world in your movie. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm just laughing at this.
I can't stop thinking about it. Like all day. I was like, man, I can't wait to tell him about how that fucking baby was shown and then the world exploded. Bro. I was just saying. Don't put that in your movie. I literally put.
Just
I said, don't show a baby before the world ends. Can be a real downer. Maybe change that. That's what I wrote down. It was fucked up. And my wife is going to watch this and she's going to thank me for saying that because she hated that part.
She's going to punch me as soon as she
And I'm
sees
sure
me.
most women probably didn't like to see that part. Or men, men or women, whatever.
Sensitive man, such as yourself.
I am a sensitive man. I'm a girly guy. I'll be honest with you, but regardless.
Anyways, so.
What would you change about this movie?
Let's get back to the baby thing.
We got like 10 minutes.
We've got time.
Okay.
So. Originally in The Walking Dead, I don't know if you know this or not.
Yes. A baby gets killed.
Yeah.
A girl kills a baby.
No. So in the TV show, the baby that Lori had at the prison was actually supposed to get crushed by a bookshelf and splatted.
Oh, I thought it was a tank.
No, it might have been a tank.
I think it
actually.
was a tank. Yeah.
I think something knocked over. She dropped.
I remember.
Boom.
Yeah.
But that's how it was in the comics.
Yeah.
And but in the TV show they cut it because they didn't want to see that. And then like there was another TV show on the Sci-Fi Channel that was like.
But that show also showed that one crazy little girl killing a baby.
Yeah,
like,
but,
it didn't show that, but it happened.
Look at the roses and just
okay.
But that was like a 10-year-old. Anyways,
she was insane though.
Sci-Fi, they had this zombie show out. Same thing as like The Walking Dead, but one dude that got bit could control the zombies. You remember that?
I can't remember what it's called, but I know what you're talking about. I saw a trailer for it.
They fucking murdered an evil baby. It was almost like
see, that's different.
It's a baby. I felt bad for that.
It's a zombie. Yeah. Okay, so
it was a zombie baby, and it was just like
evil,
fucking full energy, just running around and shit.
Okay, so that's almost kind of humorous, though.
No, it was terrifying.
Oh, okay, well,
like a Chucky doll
that's what I'm saying.
Version.
It went for a terrifying aspect, which makes it.
Oh, it's okay to kill a baby if it's evil.
If it's a scary movie,
it was not a scary movie.
It's like, okay, if it's a terrifying show, like it has, gore, blood, violence, stuff like that. This is like a funny movie.
Okay,
I'm just saying. It's just don't throw on a baby before you blow up the world. That's all I'm saying.
It's a satirical, political movie. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So even with that being said, we show a baby before the world blows up. It still doesn't make sense.
I feel like it's okay. Damn. I can't come back from that.
There's no good way to say it. I don't know what you're trying to say, but it's not going to come out right.
No, but no, it's going to come out. I'm gonna recover from this. Okay. So you said that we saw the penguins, the bears, the man doing the racist rain dance, as you so eloquently put it.
I didn't say it was racist.
No, but you said a rain dance. That man was not doing it. Anyways.
I mean, he was doing like a rain dance. Or I don't. I don't personally know what kind of dance he was doing. That's the first thing that comes to my head. Was it looked like he was doing a rain?
He was a meteor dance, maybe. Ladies and gentlemen, my name's Tyler. Thank you. So, you're right. I mean, he summoned the meteors.
Right.
He tried to bless the rain.
He was trying to make him go away. What are you talking about?
Tried to pull out the Uno reverse card on him.
Okay.
Anyways, so it flashed through all of those sequences. So it's like all of Earth's greatest things that you enjoy, I guess. And then you just see them all just disappear. But the last thing you see is
that we enjoy is a meteorite.
No. I mean, if they're going away,
I get what you're saying. Like it shows animals, babies.
So what if the baby was like the first thing that it showed, and then it progressively got like baby, polar bear, penguins, the otters. I believe there were otters in that one.
Yeah.
And then sex, and then meteor dance, and then boom. What if it went that way? If it was just in a different order, would that have changed your opinion on it? Because you might have already forgotten about the baby at that point.
I would have remembered the baby.
I'm
just, you don't have to put the baby.
I feel like you do.
You do not have to put the baby. It's already implied that all the babies are going to die. We're aware.
It's not implied.
The world is literally exploding. We know there are babies here. The world is ending. Everybody dies.
Not everybody.
Almost everybody dies. Regardless, even if it's half the population, we are well aware that a fuck ton of babies are going to die. You don't have to put that in your movie. And I'm happy it didn't actually show a baby exploding, because that would suck. But I'm just saying, don't cut to a baby and then a meteor hits the world and kills everybody. I'm talking about the baby.
Yo, what is up, everybody? We're talking about babies and the end of the world. Let's go.
Did you just put that on TikTok or something?
Mustache out.
Mustache. Okay.
Hashtag mustache.
What would you change about this movie? We got to get past the baby thing.
I need at least 2 more babies and like an explosion. I would, you know what, just to get back in everybody's good graces, I'd just take out that scene before the explosion. I really didn't like after the baby scene. Maybe it was before actually, when it showed them all sitting in the living room while the explosion happened. And you could like slowly see like through them, and everything was just like exploding in the background. And just I would have either liked that to be a lot more brutal, or not have seen that at all.
Not have seen that at all is what I would have went with. Yeah.
So you remember in X-Men Origins? Maybe no. Whenever Quicksilver's running through the house while it's slow motion exploding, saving everybody.
X-Men First Class.
First Class.
Maybe. No, I think it's the one after that.
I thought it was. Anyways.
I didn't watch them all.
I really wanted like the slow-mo explosion of that.
I see what you're saying. No, yeah, I know what scene you're talking about. Yeah.
That could have been cool, or just you're all sitting there, the table starts shaking, boom, done.
Yeah.
End of movie, and then cut to the space scene. But
yeah, I wrote down that I would have wanted a little bit of a happier ending.
I don't know how. Maybe a baby living, maybe a couple.
Yeah.
All of them. Actually, all of the babies live.
Jonah Hill raises all of them.
He raises all of them as his own. I would not pay to watch the sequel.
Jonah Hill in real life, maybe, but not like that character he was portraying.
They're like, oh, that's the weakling. Hashtag blessed. Get him.
Yeah. Fuck that. That was really the only thing I wrote down I would change is maybe a happier ending. It's one of those endings that has to end badly, unfortunately, but, you know, it just kind of sucks when you see babies and then the world explodes.
That's like, you remember the ending to The Gray where you're like, oh, dude, he's getting out of here. Oh, nope, they're the wolves. And they just fucking...
That way, didn't even show it.
Yeah.
But the movie was just him, like, ready with the fucking bottles.
But it was implied.
And it was, yeah. Well, there was like an after the credit scene, I think, for that, where it showed, like... He lived.
He did not
I'm pretty
live.
sure.
No.
Yeah. I think he either lived or him and the wolf killed each other. I think that's what it was. Yeah, I can't remember. Okay. I have a question for you, Tyler.
Yes.
If you knew you had 6 months left to live, world was going to end, comments coming, how are you spending the 6 months?
No idea.
That's your answer? You can't think of anything?
If I ask you that same exact question, I can tell you your response.
What's my response? Because I guarantee you can't. Maybe you can, but I doubt it.
Going to Disney World with your family?
Fuck, you call this. I am. I'm taking my family to Disney World.
Did I not? I mean,
I'm going to take my mom, my brother, my wife, my daughter, maybe some of my other siblings, and I'm going to Disneyland.
No, I wasn't invited to that situation at all.
Actually, I told you could go to Disneyland with us a long time ago.
That's true. But you like how I called that?
Yeah, no, that was dead on. That's exactly what I was thinking in my head. Like, and if I'm
going to Disney World.
You can't think of anything that you would do?
There's literally nothing that I would want to do.
You knew, like, end of days. You can't think of anything.
Just from a morbidly realistic perspective, every day could be your last day. So, I mean, how would you want to enjoy today?
I almost feel like that was like the underlying like message behind this movie.
Which is what I got to.
Yeah.
I got deeper undertones than that because the movie was more morbid than not. But not because of, like, Leonardo DiCaprio's character was just living his best life day after day.
Yeah.
And then he's like, dude, we might actually be fucked. And then he was like, I'm going home to my family. Fuck you guys. And just
I like how they were shopping in that store too, where everybody's rioting.
Well,
and he's like, look at the difference between the organic fish and the store.
And there's just a dude like running with a baguette down the aisle. I was just like, that guy has stones.
It was pretty comical.
Do you think they paid for that food? Or just like walked out?
I kind of wondered that. Well, they had shopping bags after, which makes me think that they paid for it.
Maybe.
But also, like, if you knew it's the last day alive, why are you showing up for work, dude? Just in the off chance that it's.
I would call in sick. I'll be in tomorrow.
I'm sure tomorrow. When everybody thought like Y2K was going to happen, probably a lot of people didn't go to work that day.
Or the next day.
It's
That one was more of a morbid joke than anything.
What?
A lot of people killed themselves.
Y2K? Oh, I
with
didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people killed themselves.
Oh,
They're
wow.
like, I don't want to die. Boom.
Shit.
But then
I did not know that, in all honesty. I remember Y2K. I remember my mom tucking me in the bed. I remember me and my little brother, I think my older sister too, all slept in my mom's bed that night, and my stepdad at the time was not there, but she basically talked to us like, "Hey, this could be the last time we see each other, so I love you." And I remember thinking like, because the computers are gonna shut off, like what?
machines.
The machines? What? I don't know.
How many was it?
I don't know. We'll have to get into that later because we gotta keep.
We gotta
moving.
wrap it up.
Yeah.
Season 2, episode 1, dude.
That's really all I got.
Dude, I love this.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because you didn't do the 6-month thing. You
I'm
literally
not gonna
have
answer it.
you have a day left to live. You
Yeah.
don't have an answer of like what you would want to do.
I don't have. What would I do? What would you want me to do, Garrett? Let me ask you that. What would I do?
You'd come with us to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Well, in a day, we probably wouldn't make it there. We'd make it there.
With my driving, we're making it there. But you said 6 months.
My child isn't.
We're gonna make it there. You hold her out the window while she pees or poops, and I'm gonna keep driving.
Have a PJR.
In
In 6 months, yeah, you could come with us to Disneyland.
If it were 6 months, yeah. But I mean, like, if it were just me, 6 months, there's really nothing that I would.
You don't want to go try cocaine?
Done.
Hire a stripper?
Done.
I don't know. Like
I've done both of those.
These are things that you would. I mean,
I would. You know what? Here, I'll give you the honest truth.
if I had 24 hours left to live, I would definitely spend it with my wife and child. Obviously,
Yeah, I don't have a wife or child.
I realize that.
I got
Just
Richie.
saying.
I got you. That's it.
Well, we could all powwow at my house.
Yeah, there we go.
Why didn't you just say that?
We could have. You said 6 months.
Okay, well, in 6 months too.
Okay, if I had 6 months to live, world was ending, I would immediately pack my bag, get a passport. I would go to Ireland. I would go to Greenland. I would go to Rome. I would go to Italy. I would go to Amsterdam. I would go to the red light district. I would enjoy myself there for like 6 weeks, and then realize that like I need to sober up. I would go see Anne Frank's house right after, banging whores in Amsterdam.
Okay.
Right down the road.
Yeah, those two just go together too.
No, not Helen Keller, Anne Frank. My mistake.
You said Anne Frank. It's okay.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, you did.
I would go to Australia. I would try and catch one of those
I would never
spiders
go
the
to
size
Australia. No.
of a plate.
Camel spiders, no thanks.
No, they're bigger ones now. They eat birds.
Camel spiders eat birds.
They're bigger than camel spiders. Yeah, I want to see one of those. Just see it. I don't want to be near it, but I would like to comically try and catch one.
No. We wouldn't even want to.
I'd like to see a kangaroo.
They're lethal.
I would like to see one. I don't want to touch one. I don't want to high five one
too.
But I would also would like to find a very friendly one and reenact Kangaroo Jack, if I could.
Steal your hoodie.
Yeah, exactly.
See, this went from nothing to a very well thought out plan. I'm proud of you. Character progression.
Character development. Everybody disliked that.
Are we done? That's good enough.
Oh, that's good enough.
That's good enough.
I'll stop talking.
I mean, you went above. I said just spend time with my wife and child, and you were just like, "Oh, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna fuck this person. I'm gonna go see this person."
I didn't give you specifics. I just was like,
Just saying, I get it. Everybody, season 2, episode 1 of the podcast.
Banging whores
in the new setup. I love this setup so much. Me personally, like I said, I used to be on couch duty. Now I have a desk. I'm comfortable, relaxed. This is nice. Camera net.
This one's nice too.
Tyler, any last words for the first episode of season 2?
I'd like to reenact Kangaroo Jack.
We're not gonna reenact Kangaroo Jack, please.
Thank you and good night, everybody.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for
like,
listening.
subscribe, leave in the comments below. Did you enjoy this movie? What movie do you want us to do next? We love when people tell us what movies to do, but you never do it.
Also, if you've made it to the end of this,
Yeah.
first of all, congratulations.
Yeah.
Leave some bad advice that you want me and Garrett to answer in the next episode of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Why
that'd be
not?
fun. Yeah, why not?
What would
Give us
you
some
do?
segment stuff. Well, yeah, what would you do if you knew you had 6 months left to live, or you had 24 hours left to live?
You
What
make
would
it
you
sound
do?
terminal. Like,
Okay, what would you do if you had 6 months and you know at the end of the 6 months an asteroid was going to hit Earth and wipe out mankind? Or if you had 24 hours left to live before an asteroid hit Earth and wiped out mankind? What would you do?
thank you. Good night, everybody.
Thank you and good night.